Great. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you everyone for joining the first information sessions. So we're gonna have like 3 information sessions altogether for TADS. This one and then one every other week for the next 2 weeks, right? So to promote a few days, so many of you find out. Some might be joining the next one, so it's all fine. So I'm going to share some information quickly about what we call TADS Awards, which is the stand for Tokenized Asset and Digitized Securities. That's TADS, TADS. It is the first annual international awards of its kind. So I'm Sam Lee. Very nice to meet everyone. I'm the founder and CEO of ConStreet. I also involved in different community or non-profit organization trying to drive the industry from different angles. As mentioned, I'm the founder and CEO of ConStreet Partners. ConStreet Partners is an award-winning AI-powered global decentralized investment banking group. We are also a professional fintech and digital asset consulting company. So back to TADS Awards. If you go Google on TADS Awards, it's not difficult to find us. You will find news in different language about TADS Awards. It's just another summary of some of the highlights of the news covering on the internet. What I want to highlight is we got a pretty good coverage from the traditional financial market news and also some of the tech or crypto or digital asset media as well. So a little bit background, why are we doing an awards for TADS, right? So this is a report from the World Economic Forum. They have forecast the total tokenized asset market size to be over $24 trillion by 2027, right? And as you can see, we are right at the start here, right? So this is a really good time to try to build an awards to drive the ecosystem with a vision of a huge market opportunity in the future. But is it really so far off from us right now? So here's some marketing update or snapshot on some of the very recent news, right? This is actually happening, right? First of all, from SEC, they just recently approved issue of regulation to allow national banks in US to take stable coin as a deposit, right? So this is a big news. And also one of the first earlier days crypto exchange Kraken have become a fully licensed US bank. Right, closer to Asia, in Hong Kong, our regulator issued the first conditional license on digital asset exchange. And of course, like China government is issuing the Chinese renminbi, the digital renminbi, has just announced the pilot starting in Shenzhen today. And look on a bigger picture, there's actually over 15 countries now have a regulatory framework around digital asset and security tokens. So this is actually happening. And we look around, there are different governments like, investment banks issuing tokenized bonds, stable coin, equity-backed token from major financial institutions. So this is not just a startup initiative, right? The traditional financial institution actually coming in and issuing digitized securities. And this is a report from PwC. So more about TADS, the background, right? So as mentioned earlier, TADS Awards stand, it is the first and world first annual international. TADS stand for Tokenized Asset and Digitized Securities. It aimed to celebrate and recognize the contribution and distinguished achievement for different individuals and companies in the space on a global basis. And it brings together individual and business in the ecosystem to drive forward together. And also we try to work with other industrial leaders to establish best practice and trying to set some measuring standards of what consider a high quality tokenized asset and digitized securities, right? If we look at the traditional space, there are different kind of models measuring stock price, equity, bonds, but for digital asset is lacking of such models. So we try to use this award and also drive some of those initiatives. For TADS awards, it actually have two categories. First is what we call best of class TADS. These are the awards issuing to the issuers of different type of digital asset, right? It could be asset-backed token, property-backed, tokenized debt, income-based, or social impact tokens, right? On the other hand, the second category, what we call the ecosystem excellency. So these are the awards issuing to solution provider along the value chain, right? It could be a compliance solution, token issuing solution, digital custodian, STO exchange, and digital asset management, right? So altogether 10 awards spread across two categories. These are the organizers. If you want more information, you can go to the TADS Award website. These are our strategic partners. We got some major players like Deloitte, IBM, Microsoft on board. Some of the traditional investment bank like Westpark Capital from US, Somedy Capital from Hong Kong. We're also very pleased to have a Crypto Valley from Switzerland on board as well. So it's a good mix between the financial world and technology. More supporting organizations, Morningstar here, Hong Kong FinTech Week, and some research partners and community partners. We have a lot of media partners around the world supporting this initiative as well. Thank you so much for the kind support. This is the steering committee. Again, all the information you can find on our website. So I'm not going to go into details of everyone, but again, this is a good mix with experts from traditional financial sectors, also from the tech sector as well. We have, as mentioned earlier, we have two category awards. So we will have two different award committees, right? Because one category is more to the financial product and security, so we have more financial expert on it. And the other category is issuing to the solution providers who we have more expert from the tech ecosystem. We're also very glad to have a global ambassador for over 12 countries. Some of them are here with us today, like Niha from India and Otawa-san from Binary Star in Japan. So for the timeline, we are now actually during the nomination period, right? We started October 1st. It ran all the way to November 3rd. And then we will announce the result on November 18th during the Hong Kong Blockchain Week, right? And at the same time, we will broadcast the ceremony globally at the same time. And in between the nomination period, we will have free information sessions. As we are here, this is the first one. We'll have another one the next week, and then one more on the week of October 27th. Right. Again, back to the two category of awards. The nomination process, you can go on our website, right? It's all nomination online. Project, they can nominate themselves, and they can also have a third-party nominator to nominate them. So both will receive an email, and basically the nominee, meaning the applicant of the project, is the one who have to fill in all the details of the application, right? So in case if you want to nominate another project, you want to be a nominator, not to worry about the workload, because the project that you are going to nominate, they will be the one filling in the details. So that's it. It's a very simple process. One point I want to highlight, if you find anyone you can find on our website, like whether individuals like global ambassador or one of our committees or any company as a partners to be your nominator to nominate your project, you will get a 5% bonus point, right? So this is a very transparent, and we encourage all the project actually go online and find one of our partners to be their nominator. But of course, the party, in case if it is a committee member or a judging member, the party nominating a project, they will not be participate in any voting, right? Just to avoid a conflict of interest. And for the two category of awards, because it's very different, right? One category is actually securities, the other category are technology solution. So we also have different set of judging criteria for the two categories as well. Again, you can find all the details on our website. And last but not least is our award ceremony. As I mentioned, we will have the award ceremony on November 18th. Also same time as the event today, 8 o'clock in the evening of Hong Kong time. Actually, this is the same date as the Hong Kong Blockchain Week. So we will broadcast the event globally. Recently, we picked 8 p.m. in Hong Kong. It is also a friendly time to many regions, right? Like in Middle East, in Europe, and is Eastern America. It might be a little bit early for the West Coast, but for the East Coast, it's manageable. It's also not too late for Australia as well. So hopefully this time can cater to a bigger audience globally. Well, that will be all for me. Thank you.
Okay, Sam, thank you very much. My name is James Yellowlees. I'm a Tokyo-based consultant and represent Coin Street in Japan. I would like to carry the discussion. We're going to have three panelists who will discuss STOs, technological aspects of digitalizing securities, etc. So I'd like to introduce them now. We have Neha Soni, who's the founder and CEO of Quorum8, based in India. Xiaochen Zhang, the founder and CEO of FinTech for Good, based in Washington, D.C. And Otavio Oliveira, the global account manager for Binary Star, blockchain space based in Tokyo. Okay, so basically I would like all three of the panelists who are also members of the committees for TADS awards to basically introduce themselves and their companies, and then we'll proceed to some specific topics we'll discuss. So Neha, would you like to start, please? Neha, are you there?
Yeah. Thanks, TADS Award and James for this opportunity. I'm really happy to be here. And about me, so I have worked with IBM for 3 years, and I was into Hyperledger Fabric development, and I have worked with blockchain development for more than 3 years now. And I have got expertise in enterprise blockchain development as well as the public blockchain development, as in like the DApp side as well as the crypto side of it. And apart from that, I then started my company by the name Quorum8, which is now 2-year-old. But we have good success stories with more than 200 plus clients as of now. So in Quorum8, we do the marketing as well as the development, but we have done several sub-ventures in it, as in like, I found that there are so many students and there are so many companies who are not able to find right resources, and people are not able to get the job. So we decided to open academy as well for those students who want to learn blockchain, cryptocurrency trading, and everything, like making most of it, monetizing the blockchain and the crypto world. So for that, we have tied up with the WazirX, which is India's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, and Binance have funded them with $50 million for the Indian expansion. And they have done the strategic partnership, as in like we will be providing the students to take the course from us. So apart from that, we are into the blockchain development, as in enterprise blockchain development and crypto development and marketing press releases for all the crypto projects as well as the blockchain projects. And we do end-to-end consultancy here in Coramate, that is from the ideation stage to the complete product development, where we have raised like, I would say, around $300 million in cumulative to all the clients, like including 200 plus clients. So if you combine that, then this is the raise overall. So I think crypto market these days is now getting mature. It is not like 2017 anymore. It is getting more mature and people are more interested. And as you see that the Bitcoin prices are getting higher and more of the crypto projects are taking more and more interest in this. So I think it have more scope, and let's see that how things goes on. And with the TADS award, I think it will bring more trust in the community about the crypto projects, and that's it, I think.
Okay, excellent. Well, you're really a superstar in India. That's great. And my father worked for his entire career with IBM, so the big blue. Excellent. Good. Well, thank you so much. It's really interesting. I think that the progression we're seeing in India now, as you said, things are really opening up there. So it's pretty exciting times.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Great. Okay. Can we go on now to Sauchen then, please?
Sure. Thank you for the invitation. I think I'm Xiaochun Zhang, the president of FinTech for Good, and we are a blockchain fintech venture builder and investor. We have been in this industry for a while, and you know, in the secure token offering space, and where there are so many innovators. And also, you know, some traditional players who also enter into this and who played a very important role to just move the needle and make this innovative instrument to becoming mainstream. And so I think this award is really, you know, timely, because by the end of the day, that's, you know, when you just issue the secure tokens, you want the investors to understand this category, and also, you know, to just reduce the risk of their investment. You know, someone in the industry know tokens and also, you know traditional securities. Help them to understand, you know, the STO project and understand the key player, and from the rating or from the competition, all awards, then they will have better access to the more qualified projects. And this, I think, will just really help the market to know who are the player and what are the good type, you know, the best practice and good security token projects. So to help them to, you know, really make their investment decision. When more investors really understand this category and also make, you know, investments into it, and then we also can see from the projects or issuer side that then they will have more confidence to just cover all the costs of legal fee and all that, to just really bring their innovative project to the STO market. And I think, you know, definitely this award will just becoming one of the first, which you know, gave market a lot of confidence and drive a lot of new actors into this. And I'm very happy to be part of this. Thank you, Sam.
Excellent. Great. Well, it's great to have you part of it. Thank you so much. Okay. And now I'd like to run to Ottavio.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Okay.
here today representing Binary Star, which is the biggest blockchain business hub in Japan. We're located in Ginza, central Tokyo. Our space has now currently 3,000 individual members and over 50 corporate members, which are members who either rent offices in our base our space or constantly hold their events and their seminars and their press releases at our space. We are very much engaged in the security tokens area now. Obviously, I think since the beginning of 2019, security tokens has been picking up in the market, and Japan wasn't really associated with being progressive on it. But we, Binary Star, together with our partners in our co-working space, and obviously now with the TADS award, we're looking forward to change that perspective and to be able to introduce the word and the industry itself on more Japanese startups that can really show up what we are doing and we're developing here in Japan. Here, especially in Binary Star right now, we're specifically engaging in a few areas. I would like now esports, real estate, art, and content copyrights. Content copyrights is something that we see a lot of potential moving forward to Tokenized. And we've been working with key companies, including Hyperledger, Linux Foundation, which we're a member of, and other institutions who are very much interested in the market right now. We see these awards as a very first opportunity to showcase some of these projects, especially the ones who have been able to advance the further. And it's a great opportunity for us to be part of all this. And one last thing about Binary Star is that we see ourselves as a mix of 500 startups with WeWork facility, in which we are early stage venture fund and seed accelerator, not just a community hub. But yeah, we're looking forward to the TADS Awards, and it's very excited to be representing Japan and to be able to showcase some of these projects that have been made great advances. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, as you said, Binary Star is a beautiful space in Ginza, and it's really coming along as a hub, so congratulations. Okay, so let's move on to the discussion then. So I'd like you to each choose a technological solution that you think to be a good solution as the industry evolves. We're thinking about development of stable coins or digitalizing assets. What technology do you see as being a key technology going forward? Maybe choose one. So we'll start again with Niha, if you don't mind.
You unmute, maybe you have to unmute. Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
So if we see the existing stable coins right now, like for example, Tether USD, which is very famous and have the market capitalization of $10.3 billion, more than that even. So if you see that, so that is actually based on Bitcoin blockchain and with the Omni technology with it. So basically it is pegged by $1. It's a soft peg. It is not a hard peg, as in like it's not sure that it can be equal to 100% equal to $1, but it has somewhere near to $1 as the rate. Because US dollar is pegged in the blockchain technology. So it is actually collateralized. With the third party, you can do that. So you have to first send the US dollar to the third party, and then they will give you the Tether in return, which is like a fixed token amount backed by the $1. So, and if we see like USDC, which is a stable coin for the Coinbase, it is based on Ethereum technology. So it's a ERC20 token, and but it is also backed by the US dollar only, and it is also equal to with the soft peg of $1. So you see that these type of stable coins have like their prices vary in and around like $1. And this coin USDC have tied up with this USDC is run with the Circle company and have this coin with the Coinbase. They have launched it, and most of the stable coins are based on Ethereum technology, I would say, because if you see the Paxos, they are also making headlines these days, and they have made like their market capitalization is also around $250 million. And they are also doing good. And but if you see the DAI who is making the headlines these days, with the maker, if you see that the maker have made the DAI, which is a stable coin, and this value of this DAI come from the collateralized Ethereum. So this is a completely different concept where all the other stable coins are backing up with all the fiat currencies. DAI have choose some different mechanism to back it with the collateralized cryptocurrencies. And it happens via the smart contract, and on the Ethereum blockchain you can see that these many cryptocurrencies are there on the this amount of collateral amount is there on that Ethereum address. So it's like a collateral debt position is there in that smart contract. So these are the current stable coins going on in the market. These are the technologies, but mostly people are using Ethereum. I know that just Tether is on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Good.
Apart from that, True Token, like you heard about the True USD and True GBP. So these are all based on the True Token as the base technology.
Okay. Great. Okay. Excellent. So let's go into Xiaochen then. What do you consider to be a good leading technology going forward in this industry?
Sorry?
Xiaochen, you mute.
Yes, thank you. And I think, Neha has just mentioned, a number of very interesting category. And when I look at the current and the future advancement, I think they are a different category. And the first category is still in the traditional crypto space, where that's from the utility token, and we are continuing to see that this crypto industry is evolving, and many from the utility token side that there are a lot of new projects coming out, and the quality of those projects also increased dramatically. And I will not give a specific name because that could be just used as the investment suggestions, so then or trading suggestions. So I will avoid that. But specifically that some of the tokens in the impact space, which are really our sweet spots, where that we see utility token is driving growth in the inclusive economy, and also climate change, and also sustainable development goal related projects, where that's through utility token, that new incentive are generated, and also new business models are developed. So I think that is one category. And the second category, I think, is really the TADS award this ecosystem type of technology, and where that if any traditional capital market issuer want to just issue security tokens, and they need to find a platform. They also need to just use the platform where that the platform have to just code the different regulations in the platform. So then when you issue security in one market, that you can potentially treat it in multiple markets, and then you also need to just program different functionality to make sure that the smart contract can or is able to just support different player in the KYC, ML, and other potential functions to make the security token work. And there, I see a lot of new platforms and innovation coming out of that. The third category is really use the security token offering to just transform the existing business models where, we see that in the especially real estate market, where that we see more and more, projects in the real estate using STO, and there are quite a number of successful projects coming out of that, where that's in real estate only large investors were able to join this market and harvest the profits coming out of the real estate. But now with the security token offering, we see tremendous real estate projects in different countries are using STO, and many small investors or just crowdfunders even can just join such kind of offer, and which I think definitely is this will continue. The last category I think is around the central bank digital currency related technology, because as many of you know, that 80% of the central banks in the world are researching or taking actions on central bank digital currency, where that's this digital euro, digital RMB, digital dollar, and many potentially will just coming out in a few years. From the digital RMB side, many citizens in Shenzhen will already just use it pretty soon. So in this, that to make CBDC work, of course, the CBDC related technology, which help the central bank to issue CBDC itself is innovation. But there are many other technology are needed to make CBDC work, and from the CBDC technology to support cross-border transaction of trade finance, and also help the retailers to just use CBDC in different use cases. And I think all those kind of technology will just play a very important role to help the government or central banks to just roll out CBDC, and also make sure CBDC can just provide the type of innovation that the central banks are looking for. And of course, that there are also technology which helps a central bank to just collect real-time data from CBDC and help them to make real-time macro modeling, and then to make a smarter decision. I think there are tons of innovation there as well.
Excellent. Great. Well, that's great insights. Thanks so much. Okay. Ottavio, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes. Okay, great. So what do you think about specific technologies or solutions? If you can pick one going forward, there's a key one in this industry.
So for us here in Japan, as you might know, the esports market, it's a very booming market right now. And in Japan, it's a home of a lot of gaming companies. For example, Sony, Nintendo, Sega, Konami, Bandai, many of these companies. So we believe that moving forward, esports will be a key part of this market. And the way we see it is a platform, is a blockchain-based platform for issuing and exchange of those digital securities. So what we're talking about here is issuing IP rights, and then IP rights as NFT tokens and non-fungible tokens. Each non-fungible token equals to one IP, and then we allow users to exchange those rights in a trading platform. So we see a lot of interest in the Japanese market for those kinds of investments in the esports area. For example, we've been working closely with one of our partners in France called Ultra, which is one of those platforms to exchange IP rights in the game areas. We also work with another company called Animoca Brands, with are famous for owning the rights for famous legacy IP rights, for example, Astro Boy or Doraemon. So we believe there is a market in there for us to issuing those tokens in a platform and exchanging those rights, and helping also developing those esports events in Japan. A lot of local governments in Japan are keen to receive more of those types of events, and getting more young people engaged. And as you know, the esports market, it's mainly consists mainly of under 35 years old demographics. So for Japan, which is a society that is aging quickly, we think that attracting esports and things like this is a way to engage young people in a manner that we haven't been able to do before. So we definitely see IP rights as a keystone of digital securities, exchanging digital securities in Japan. Obviously, when we talk about IP rights, we're not talking just about games. We talk about arts as well. And we see a lot of opportunities in that market, especially in a country like Japan. People appreciate the ability to own products unique to them. And blockchain very much allows that uniqueness. So brands, like big brands, can provide special characters. They can provide special items within a game that can be traded. This has been done before in several other platforms, but not using blockchain and not in an open exchange, in a digital securities exchange manner. So we believe there's a lot of attention right now in Japan. Especially, I would like to mention one more thing. Just this week in Japan, we have a big announcement that SBI Bank just released a new subsidiary called SBI Esports. And they are in a partnership with another of our partners called Nomura, which is a famous traditional investment company. So they are cross-owning shares in a platform called Boostry, which is exactly that we just talked about. It's exactly a platform to exchange rights in the esports market. So you see that companies like SBI, like Nomura, and very traditional household Japanese names are joining in that boat. So that's something that Binary Star also believes, and we will definitely be a part of that. That's really something that we believe that Japan can lead. And yeah, that's where we see the market going. If we have to pick one thing, it would be the IP, intellectual property rights exchange via blockchain digital securities.
Great. Yes, a lot of latent assets sitting there in Japan, so we really need to activate them. Excellent. Great. Okay. So I'd like you then each to maybe talk briefly about one particular project that you're working on right now that you see as being exciting and leading edge going forward. So we'll start again with Miha.
Sorry. So as a blockchain development company, we have worked with several exciting projects. And recently, I am working on a Plasma blockchain. They have developed a blockchain itself, which is called Plasma DLT. And they have developed a blockchain for the developers where anyone can build any DeFi DApp on it. Apart from that, they have their own several products like Plasma Pay, which is a payment gateway, which can be integrated in all the e-commerce as well as any platform which require the payment gateway. So now this payment gateway is based on the Plasma DLT, and it accepts fiat currencies which they have collateralized with all the fiat currencies, as in like US dollars, GBP, and so on. They have more than 42 stable coins in it, which they have collateralized like that. And then they have their own token. So this is the one of the project I was working on, and then they got integrated with another project of mine, which is Corals.com. It's an e-commerce marketplace, just like an Amazon, who want to accept funds in the cryptocurrencies as well as fiat and the fiat currencies, as in like the dollar, INR, or these type of currencies, and brings the affiliate platform along with it. So these are the two projects which are very exciting for me right now, because they have already got good amount of funding. Like the Plasma have already got good amount of funding already for doing all these things. And recently they have made Plasma rooms, as in this platform will provide like a Zoom type of platform, where you can pay on the platform in terms of the stable coins and also the fiat currencies, because they have integrated Plasma Pay, which is a payment gateway in it. So Corals have also integrated Plasma Pay as the payment gateway integrated in it. And apart from this, there are several other projects like Very Smart, which we have worked on. And Very Smart is also got funded, and they also have more than $3 million of funds as of now, And this is like a KYC based platform. It is built on the enterprise Ethereum blockchain. Then recently, I have been working on the marketing of the Be Faster project, which is like the app where you can track that amount of activity, fitness activity you have done. So this is tracked by the Fitbit or any fitness tracker, and this thing goes in the app, and then the amount of tokens get calculated and get distributed accordingly. They earn money by doing the advertisements from the several different brands like Nike and Adidas and so on. And apart from this, there are like, sorry?
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, that's good. Thank you. But we'll stop there. You can go on afterwards. So that's great. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, so Sao Chen, do you have one particular project that you're interested working on that would be of interest to us?
Sure, and I probably will just mention three, but very quickly. And one is, the blockchain service network, and which is the, public infrastructure project, offered by the Chinese entities. And BSN, has made several great announcements. And if any company who are interested in doing business with China, and BSN could be just really interesting public ledger infrastructure, and no matter which protocol you build your service with, and then that can be integrated in the BSN network. And now that we are working with partners to just offer BSN to different countries. I think that's a really interesting project. Another one is CBDC, central bank digital currency, and we are looking at different player in the CBDC space, and some from the application side, some from the CBDC offer side. Some from the macroeconomic modeling side, and there are a couple of very good projects that we're working on. And for that, so I also want to share with you that on October 16th that we have a CBDC forum. That's Sam will also be there, and I will later share the information on chat. The last one that I also want to mention in terms of a good type of project is real estate tokenization platform that we work with for our sustainable housing accelerator, and where that's we really try to just help the developers, cities to use tokenization to make the housing affordable, eco-friendly, smart housing, and safe. And there that we do have Solid Block and quite a number of blockchain company we work with, specifically trying to just transform the real estate industry. And yeah, so those are some examples.
Okay, excellent, great. Okay, Otavio.
So once again, I would like to mention the esports sector. We're working with a specific project from France called Ultra. So Ultra is actually a video platform similar to Steam, which is one of the biggest platforms to playing games, with the particularity of running on the blockchain. So Ultra is really a game platform as much as a marketplace in which the security tokens will be able to trade those IPs, right? So we just closed initial funding of $5 million with them. We have partners in traditional companies like AMD, Atari, and Ubisoft. Of course, some companies in the blockchain sector as well. But we truly believe that this game platform, like Steam-like plus blockchain plus marketplace, in which you can actually trade the IPs of these games, not just the games itself, but the content within these games, is really where we're going. And it's very interesting for us that we were able to partner with companies like Atari, Ubisoft, who have this enormous catalog of famous IPs that can bring us from day one of impactful, like meaningful titles to the platform. So we really think that that's the way we go. We're moving forward right now. That's the way we're going forward right now. And yeah, that's one of the main projects that we've been working in recently. Binaries are self-invested in them, so I have to disclose that. But we do believe that the game sector in a platform that mixes marketplace, securities tokens marketplace, and video game platform like Steam, it's a way to go.
Excellent. Okay, great. Okay, next question is, so what do you think the best way is to market any tokenized digital asset project?
Sorry, I have a question for Otaria.
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
back to your game IP tokens, right? So
Right.
in Japan, is STO now only available to accredited investor as well, or also retail investor?
So right now, as soon as those platforms are launching, we just had new regulations that come a few months ago. So we are moving toward a more progressive market. So in those platforms, yes, you don't have to be an accredited investor to participate in those. What we are doing here is similar to what already exists, but using the blockchain, in which players can actually trade items of these games. So that's an existing market that Japanese users are already able to participate, and now we are taking it to the next notch. So in a way, yes, everybody can participate in that. Obviously, there are limitations right now, so we kind of have to navigate through them. But as I said, we are partnering with companies in the EU, in Europe and North America, which are different regulatory markets. So that allows Japanese investors Japanese retail investors to participate as well. The offshore investments.
Great.
Right.
Okay.
And
So Sam,
the
do
reason
you have
it's
any more?
being a security tokens because there's a return tied to it, or like some kind of dividends and profit sharing. Is that why it become a security tokens?
So yes, there is. So for example, the way it works in a game, if you hold an item and then item is rare within the game, or that item becomes popular within the game, it goes just like a stock. It goes up. So for example, if there's only one type of sword in a game, it's very much valuable. But if the developers to announce that a second one would be available, then the prices would go up or down. So it pretty much follows the market trajectory of traditional markets. So we're just using game items, character skins, and really using the blockchain to make it secure and unique. But yes, it's already something that exists. It's already something that is done, and we're just tweaking it. And we're seen as a security token because, of course, it's going to be on the blockchain. We're going to use blockchain for everything within it, basically. So, and those items, those games itself, they go up and down based on availability and several factors. I would have to go more in long detail to explain all the details. I'll keep it brief this time, but it'll definitely be great to talk in more detail with you guys about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments, Sam, at this point? Okay. All right. Okay. So the next question is, what do you think the best ways to market any tokenized digital asset projects, and what sort of precautions do we have to think about? Nihao, can you comment on that, please?
Sure. I think before starting any marketing, it is very important for the security projects to get the complete guidelines from the lawyers, as well as they have to register the company and do all the formalities with the SEC and their regulations, whatever they have in place, because before doing any marketing, these things are very important, because otherwise the government can run after. And especially this happens with the security token offerings. And when you start doing the marketing, you can start doing with the press releases to announce that what things are there, what are the partners, and how you are going through with the things in future. And then you can go ahead with the influencer marketing. In crypto industry, I personally believe that influencer marketing plays a very important role. And even more than the listing to all the other platforms, which in 2017 there was hype of, it's no longer exist anymore. Today the marketing world revolves around the influencer marketing. Then there are several giveaways, airdrop, where you can suddenly get on board like 10-20,000 people in just a month or 2 months. So these are the things you can do. Then there are marketing aspect of the bounty, where you ask all the users, all the community members to produce content for you in terms of the video or articles, or start asking them to share so that even their friends see your content which you have posted, and tweet about us. Like more of recommendation marketing works in this segment. And then we have we need a lot of social media, because when we do any token listing on all the channels like ICO Bench, ICO Marks, they will judge and rate the project based on the activity you do on the social media as well as your Bitcoin talk. Bitcoin talk is a very important channel, because this is very oldest and most credible. You cannot easily make account there. So even project has to consider Bitcoin talk marketing as well in that. But everything just first with the legalities. Then there are GDPR rules. You cannot just go ahead and start doing the marketing, scrap the data and all. You have to only target those people, and with the permission, you can do the marketing. But you are not allowed to use the data from the third party. This is very important.
Excellent. Great points. Thanks so much. Okay. Xiaochen, would you like to comment in this area? We're asking what's the best way to market any tokenized digital assets?
Yeah, and I think I agree with the first speaker that the number one is that get guidance from the lawyer, and before you do marketing, because you are issue security, and in different jurisdiction that's who can market security and how your security. Who can receive such marketing campaign are all being regulated with very clear guidance. So it's not that you can just sell security to anybody or marketing security to anybody as you wish. So then you probably, if you take security token offering using the same marketing strategy as a utility token, you probably already breached the law. So then that's the number one. And number two is that, for the security token offering, that you are dealing mostly with, accredited investors in many jurisdictions. And in that regard, that, you have the best marketing is really just partner with the traditional broker dealers, and who have worked with accredited investor for a long time, and also have the network and also the investor base that you can work on. So I think that is also very different from the ICO marketing, where that's you're targeting some new token or investors who potentially have never been involved in the ICO space or the token space. You need to just work with the right partner who can educate together with you of their investors to just buy your security. And the third one is when you can just look at those alternative assets management platform where that they already have the license, they have already just but they are different from the traditional platform, and they have more leverage. They also have more knowledge to just innovate, or willingness to innovate together with you. And we work with some of those platforms, and trying to just get more traditional investors to becoming the STO investor. And I think those are some of the channel partners you should work with, in addition to all the marketing campaign that you already prepared.
Okay, excellent, good. Tavio, can you comment briefly on that?
Yes, a very brief comment on that. I'd like to make a parallel here. Before joining Binance, I used to work in the media industry, so we worked with production of movies and things like this. So when you're producing a movie, what you do, and if you expect it to be successful, you abide to certain rules that are designed by some organizations like the Oscars. So in my opinion, if you are going to release a new securities token, you are unsure about how to proceed, I would seek also consulting from people who are on the top of the chain, in this case, which I would say comes down to the TADS Award Steering Committee. We have key members that are deep down in this industry, so much so that they are developing the first awards for this security token market. So I would say that if a company is willing to join, be it Japan, be it in Hong Kong or other areas, and they are unsure of those local regulations, I would say go for the steering committee members, see which regions are they working with and talk with them. Because these people who are giving those awards, they have taken into consideration everything before they give awards, because that's your name, that's your brand behind it. And if you give an award to a company that turns out to be not as what it would the market expected, or there was doing something that is not what we expected them to do, that's not good for anyone. So go for the people whose job is to select those bests of each category and talk to them, and they will be the people to give you the best advice. That would be my point of view in that.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, so we're running short on time. I just like to have each of you spend 30 seconds just telling us about the TADS Awards and why you think it's going to be beneficial for the industry. So Neha, can you just give us 30 seconds, please?
Sure. So TADS Award, I believe that it is very important to have such type of events, because there are so many scams going on in the market. People generally scam on the name of the security token offering, and there are several wallets which exist where you can just put the money in, but you can never take out the money out. So I believe that these type of events generally make sure that they verify all the project and then bring best out of that, what is in the market, which is best and is ethically 100% correct. So right now, I think TADS Award will help all the investors to judge that what type of project is good and why, and if the any project is winner, then which project is actually doing good as compared to others. So we will be able to highlight the best which is in the market right now. So this is the first point. And apart from that, I believe that it is very important to motivate all the startups and the CEOs to bring the best out of them. So that is the another second point I want to highlight.
Okay, excellent, great. Okay, Sachin?
Yeah, and as STO has a great potential, but the development is really slow. And the reason is very simple. There are several barriers in the market that need to be addressed. Number one is around awareness. And traditional investors and also other traditional issuers should just get more familiar with this instrument. And I think when you look at all the organizers or committee members, and then definitely the TADS are able to bring the traditional world to the new world, and I think that is a very important way to just address the awareness gap. The second one is that investors are hesitating to just invest in STO because of the market is not standardized enough. There are not enough sufficient tool for them to just make that decision. And I think TADS can just help to just feature those two providers and also provide a lot of clarity to the market, to investor. And I think that is another very important role that TADS can play to just really bring the right tools, bring the right player into the space. The third one is that this is a new industry, new ecosystem, and TADS is building that ecosystem, and everyone in the space know their place in the STO value chain, and I think that is critical. That was not there, and TADS is filling the gap again. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, Otavio?
Once again, to correlate with the movie industry, there are so many movies out there that the people do not know which ones to watch. So which movies would you watch? You want to watch the ones that are Oscar nominated, you want to watch the Oscar winning ones, because that puts a light on these projects that show that those are the best. There are as many security token projects as are movies these days. So which projects should you be investing? Well, you should be looking for projects that have been nominated. You should be looking for projects that have been winning awards. But in this specific area, there weren't such events, there weren't such awards. So I think TADS comes to shine a light on this, to really highlight projects that everybody should be following and should be watching, the same way they would do with, you know, famous winning movie awards.
Right.
Sorry, yeah,
Great.
for that, I want to jump in to make sure that people shouldn't expect this award to be an investment guide or investment advice. I think that is very important, not to see that, you know, yeah, any project got an award, then you should, because I think this will already just break the rule in many countries. So don't, yeah, so this award is just to identify the right players, but it's not an investment advice.
Right, it's really to shine a light on things that you could be following, not really directly putting your money on day one because you won something or was nominated to something, but really puts a light on these things. And then it's a really staring point to really look at and search for more information, do your due diligence. It won an award, that's the first good sign, but that's not everything about it. So you go forward, you do your research. But yeah, we hope to shine a light on these projects so people can at least know where to start when they are doing the research and the due diligence.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you so much.
Well,
All three of you. Excellent
great.
points.
So if I may share some comment,
Yes.
first of all,
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
we really appreciate for all the valuable inputs from everyone. I think everything is great. It is really nice to hear from different perspectives how you see the security tokens market and the way forward. I think we are right at the beginning. What I like to highlight here is that you know, this is just the start, right? Because we are going to see a lot of new things happening. What I'm trying to say is, I think security token or digitized securities or tokenized asset is not just about putting conventional security product in a digitized format, right? It will have opportunity for the convergence to create a lot of new financial product that doesn't exist today. Right? I give you an example. Like back in, I have the privileges to went through the .com days, like, you know, many years ago. You know, I remember in year 2000, right, when you go around and ask the companies, like different corporations, what is your digital strategy? Many people will tell you that, okay, our strategy is to put our company brochure online, is they have a corporate website. We know that's not just what the internet can do, is about all the way supply chain integration, all the way to the back end, right? Transforming and reinventing the value chain and business process. It will be the same, I think, this will do, like security tokens or digitalized securities will do for the financial world, right? It will create new products. For example, I already see some very innovative company now, like traditionally, if we buy bonds in bonds, right? We buy a bonds, a debt, we collect a coupon, and then there will be a maturity. But now there's already a product out there in a tokenized format where people can collect a coupon rate. And first of all, because it's a tokenized asset, the barrier of entry is much low, right? Lower, because traditionally, if someone wants to buy a bonds, the starting threshold is much higher, right? Now people can like buy $1,000 bonds and get a coupon, very nice fixed income product. But yet they also build in the token, in the smart contract, they design in a revenue sharing, profit sharing scheme. So people can actually also enjoy the upside of a dividend. So it's like, is it a bond? Is it an equity? Is it a shares? No, it's new. It's not exist before.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is just one example. So yeah, we are very excited to work with everyone. I think the key is to bring in the ecosystem and bring in the best mind from the industry, from different area, and we jointly to drive to make the future happen together.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And
Okay,
well, Xiaoqing, thank you
you.
for inviting me to join your Digital Currency Forum. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Thank you, Sam, and looking forward to have you.
Oh, also one last thing I would like to mention, and I would like
All right.
for
James.
to all of you guys to participate in December at an event that we are hosting at Binary Star, which is the Business Blockchain Expo. So all our friends, panelists, and the members of the TADS Awards are also invited to participate at this event. And if you're interested, I would love to talk to you about that in the near future. Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, thank you, everyone. Tremendous.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, love to learn. Thank you. All right, thank you, James. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Good night, everyone. It was a pleasure.
Bye-bye.